If you've ever had an ounce of interest in Bachelor in Paradise, it's time to get out your candles and hoods and start manifesting. Bachelor in Paradise needs a resurrection. Cause this season was not it. It basically took Paradise, then tried to be Love Island, and threw in Survivor for some reason. Funnily enough, I have joked about them doing a Paradise season that just ends up being Survivor, but I was joking. And we really didn't even get a reunion. I mean, we sorta did. It was posted on Bachelor Happy Hour. But I don't know, the moment they had Wells speaking with his mic fuzzing, and contestants' answers being littered in jump cuts.
Everything's going really well. You know, we've been in hiding for a while. The disguises were out. So it was great. You know, we still navigated through, watching the show.
I just went, nope. Nah, turned off my computer right there. I'm not spending 2 hours just to hear Jeremy defend himself, Bailey defend to Jeremy, or Sean and Alicia speaking in any fashion. Nope. I'm going outside and touching grass. Cause
How would you feel, let me ask you this, if a polygraph test was to be administered? How would you feel about
Take
that?
it.
Yeah?
Take it, girl.
Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., because I have an appointment with the best FBI agent in the state of California.
Hold on, can I just dead something
there's
real
nothing to
quick?
get.
Funnily enough, Kat actually went to that polygraph test, and here's the footage.
The name is Special Agent Burt Macklin. Tell me who you are, who you work for, and don't bother trying to lie to me because I'm amazing.
My name is Judy Hitler, and I am the spoiled only daughter of Adolf.
But okay, let's talk about what I think went wrong this season. Cause we got some good reality TV this summer, and then there was this season of Bachelor in Paradise.
In the gutter where you belong.
So back in high school, I used to have this teacher that recommended I frame any argument or opinion essay using the Oreo technique, but I just ended up thinking about Oreos and not paying attention, so now I'm a YouTuber. So instead, I'm just gonna frame this video like an Oreo cookie with all the stuff you don't want to hear at the beginning and the end, the yucky cookie part, and then I'll have all the juicy bits in the middle, and don't come at me saying the cookie part is the best part. I'm all for people having different opinions, but that one crosses the line. So okay, I'll start off with some nice things to say, then get to my big double-stuffed gripes, and finally finish off with some more compliments. You know what, I probably shouldn't have started making this video on an empty stomach. Now, I will applaud the Bachelor people for this. They took a leap. They shifted things. Something the franchise desperately needs, which takes guts, and I think they need to keep with this mindset. I mean, for Bachelor in Paradise, absolutely, but also for their other shows. However, I think they tried to do too much. And I said this at the beginning of the season, there are all these reality shows right now that have this new hot filtered aesthetic, and it works for them, but what I'm wondering is, why try to be something else if you're not gonna do it as well? Like, Mom, can we get pizza? No, we have pizza at home. Pizza at home. Cause if you're going to try to look like Love Island while having challenges like Survivor, what is it that Sean said this season?
If you're gonna take shots at me, don't miss.
And speaking of shows like Survivor, which admittedly I haven't watched in recent years, but when they went to shake things up, they didn't flip the show on its head and say, oh, by the way, you'll all be dating each other now and we'll be having rose ceremonies along with tribal councils. No, they added things like hidden immunity idols and Exile Island, which regardless of how you felt about them, still kept with the essence of the franchise. I feel like this Paradise, we lost some of that Paradise essence, and then partway through the season, they tried to scramble back to it by returning to the original theme song and then changing the intros to better match past seasons. And I'll give you an example of the show making a change up that still kept with its essence that it's already done. The Golden Bachelor. A great idea, a new idea, and the same show. Although I am worried they're going to be overdoing it, and with scandals like this coming out before the new season has even begun, I'm scared that season 2 might be doomed to fail before it even starts. Now conversely, here's a change up that I felt took from the essence of Paradise. Them coming in and saying there are going to be no new entries partway through, which was a gamble. And I get why they did it. The idea was that no new couples meant Paradise could focus on developing love matches, which I have talked about before, that the show needs to invest more in the romance, but I didn't really mean it like this. I meant more, with the footage they have, give more screen time to the romance stories to balance with the drama, which in turn is supposed to give the drama more stakes because we're more invested in seeing couples succeed or not. So leaving us with locked-in couples partway through was risky. If we really adored these couples and they all genuinely were happy together, maybe it could have worked, cause I think a good cast might have been able to carry whatever changes they were going to make. I mean, at the end of the day, good content is good content no matter how it's presented. Instead, Instead, we had multiple couples that were just friends but still had to week after week vie for that $500,000 cash prize, which is another thing that I think shifted focus from the romance aspect of the show. And what, it took until the final episode before all the friendship couples were gone? Crazy. Not to mention all the golden couples got eliminated really quick, so it was basically just Bachelor in Paradise plus Keith and Kathy. Not to mention there was the whole thing with Brian snitching on Jeremy for having that Susie call behind Bailey's back, and then everyone turned on Brian, which had the audience and Wells going,
everyone's defending Jeremy and Brian's the bad guy? From where I'm sitting at the bar, Brian's the only guy doing the right thing here. What's happening?
But nope, no new couples, no new additions, we were stuck with this cast. No change-ups. We're going from here on out with a cast that everyone is infuriated with. Yeah, that's gonna kill interest right there. So, what can be done? Well, first, I think any good season of Paradise actually starts with The Bachelor and Bachelorette. We're gonna need good seasons there if Paradise is ever gonna have a chance, because a good main season means it's got a good cast and a good pool of people to funnel into Bachelor in Paradise. So first, I'd say the show really needs to invest in getting a solid main season going. And if they're successful in that, take care of your cast so they come back. I mean, Joey's season felt like an anomaly of a good season, with a lot of interest in the cast, but then it all fumbled. So take care of your cast. Like, for example, the air conditioning this season. Shocker, the first Bachelor in Paradise ever with air conditioning. And okay, I'm getting into the last part of that Oreo cookie now, but that air conditioning thing was long overdue, and it was an easy way to take care of your cast. Also, if you're relying on heat exhaustion to create drama for the show, producers, you're gonna need to step your game up. Now, another good addition, in my opinion, were the compatibility challenges. I thought most were pretty creative or fun, and there's a lot of room there to spark new couples and interesting bits of drama without having to rely on producers whispering toxic suggestions into the ears of contestants so they make bad decisions. This could be like how the Hidden Immunity Idol worked for Survivor. It's a good addition, but without changing how the entire show works. Also, and I might be completely alone on this, I didn't hate the new theme song. I didn't hate it. It was a remix of the old theme song, but then they changed the entire way they packaged the intros. I wonder if they had this new theme song while maintaining the essence of the old corny Paradise intros. Maybe that might not have bothered me as much. So all this is to say, I don't want them to stop making changes. With 2 disappointing Paradise seasons in a row, albeit with a year break in between them, certainly something must be done. However, if those changes come at the cost of twisting the show into something that takes away from what made it popular in the first place, then we've gone too far. But I will say, maybe naively so, I have hope. And yeah, I've probably been saying this for far too long, but I have hope. We can resurrect what used to be one of my favorite summertime brainless reality TV binges. It can happen. My expectations for that, however?
In the gutter where you belong.
So that's it for this video on the latest season of Bachelor in Paradise. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to give the video a like, comment your thoughts on the season down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.
Try Miss Hitler, but you have something that I want. Where's the necklace with all of Germany's war secrets?
I don't know what you're talking about.